Okay, y'all, this is my story of how the, uh, I found to worship Father Zeus Jupiter, the king of gods, Father Zeus Jupiter, the king of gods. I had a dream recently of worshiping him. I had already known that he was in my birth chart. Naturally, um, I have a Jupiter ruled sign. So I knew I was very close to him. The sun is also very important, as is Mars. But I had a dream. I was worshiping Jupiter, and in the dream, I specifically felt afraid of him. And the reason I was afraid of him in the dream was because of how big he is. I knew instinctively that he is huge, and it was scary to me. I was afraid because of how big he is, but I worshipped him, and I interpreted it when I woke up. I interpreted it as a calling to worship him, and to also understand that he is indeed the king of the gods. He really is the biggest of all the gods and goddesses. There are many gods and goddesses, but he is the biggest, the strongest. And so he is Father Zeus Jupiter, the king of gods. He is also Ammon from Egypt. Some people are going to say they don't believe he's the same God, but the truth is, he is the same God. In every different culture, he's the same God. I worship him. I follow the Greek pantheon, but I believe in Jupiter as Zeus and Ammon. He's the same King of gods. He is great, and he has done so much to bless me. And so this feather I'm wearing belongs to him. It was offered to him, as is this robe. Father Zeus, Jupiter, Ammon, the King of gods, the greatest, the best, the strongest. And so, as the story goes, Saturn, also Kronos, would eat his children, but not Jupiter. Jupiter fought a war against Saturn, won, and that's how Jupiter became the king of the gods and overthrew his father, Saturn, Kronos. And so that's how Jupiter became king of the gods. And so it's a true story. I feel it in my heart, and I'm psychic. I'm into sorcery. I have the psychic feeling. So, yes, I do know what I'm talking about. Y'all don't. I do talk to my King of Gods. I've talked to plenty, and I believe with all my heart that Jupiter is Zeus Ammon, the King of Gods. And here's another thing. Is it any coincidence that Alexander the Great never lost a battle? And he sacrificed to Zeus, Jupiter, Ammon. Well, he believed them to be the same king of gods, just as I do. I got the idea from him. He sacrificed before and after every battle, and he never lost a battle. Before and after every battle, he sacrificed to Zeus, Jupiter, Ammon. And since we as pagans believe that there are gods and goddesses, and that they do vary in power, it makes sense to believe the truth. Zeus, Jupiter, and Ammon. The three people think of them as three different gods, but they're the same God. They're the king of the gods, the strongest of all the gods and goddesses. So paganism is going to have a reemergence in this world. More people will realize, and yes, there are other gods and goddesses. I love the goddess Isis, and no, she is not an Islamic terrorist. Do not associate Islamic terrorism with the goddess Isis. She is good. She is a good goddess. She has nothing to do with Islamic terrorism. She has nothing to do with Islamic terrorism. Just wanted to let you know. But I'm a priest of Zeus, Jupiter, Ammon, the king of the gods, and I felt called to be a priest of Zeus, Jupiter, Ammon because of that dream that I had. And so I hope that y'all will feel the call of the gods, and no matter who your patron or patroness is, all shall worship and all should worship Father Zeus, Jupiter, Ammon, the king of the gods, the greatest, the strongest, the best, the Almighty. He rules the gods themselves from Olympus. I follow the Greek tradition, so it's Olympus. It may not be an earthly mountain, though. It may be in the spirit world. Some people think it was the earthly mountain, but I believe it was the spirit world. So anyway, I'm going to conclude this ritual now. I mean, this video. I'm going to conclude this video now. Hope you enjoyed. I hope you've learned, have been inspired to follow paganism through. And yes, Jupiter, also Zeus and Ammon, he is the most powerful of all the gods. So I follow him. And I believe that Alexander the Great was indeed the son of God. I believe that. I don't care if you think I'm stupid because I know what I believe.